All right, we're broadcasting. Let's see.
And then she's gonna need to slip out by like 5:15 the latest.
Okay, what time is it there now? So,
Almost 4:30. So in 45 minutes.
oh, yeah, we'll get you out of here quick. Okay. So, you have people jumping on here. Hi, ladies. If you don't know me, my name is Gata. I am Taylor. I'm going to introduce Taylor to you today. And Taylor was really nervous. And I was like, don't worry about it. Just act like in my house chatting with you. And she's like, well, that's kind of what you're doing. So I am in my jammies. So, all right. So, Taylor, you know what's crazy? We didn't even plan this, but last year during this time, it was.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy? Okay, so you guys, let me tell you the story. So last year at this time, I was in New York City for the spa show. We set up the whole freaking booth with Hale and Hush. We were so tired. And then at 5 o'clock, I left and I got a text message from someone and they were like, they're shutting down the show and you need to come back and get your stuff. And I'm like, why didn't they tell us in the morning? So anyway, of course, my brain was like, okay, we have so many clients in town. Let's just book a hotel room real quick and have a class. And the next day we had the class and then Taylor shows up. So Taylor, it's been like a year.
Wow. It's like our anniversary.
It is our anniversary. I just thought about it today. I was like, damn, we didn't even plan that. That's kind of cool. So
that's crazy. I was just looking at the memories actually.
Oh, sad. I do remember that day. I felt like I was shaking in bed the night before and I felt like I had a fever. And then, we had gloves on in the class and I was like, oh my God, I hope I don't get anybody sick if this is what it is. But I think I was just exhausted from traveling. But anyways.
I loved how authentic you were, how, you are so vulnerable and you share your whole story and, your success too. I love that.
Thanks. Yeah, pretty much told everybody I was crazy and I'm all mad.
I said, I am too. You said cool.
Like, yeah, it's normal. I was just having a talk yesterday, actually with my first skincare boss. And I was like, yeah, the last week I felt like I was like 0 to 100. And I had like a little meltdown this week. But that's how SkinBuddy started, from a meltdown. So I'm going to take this meltdown this week in like maybe a good sign that maybe something new's come out of it. But anyway, I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about Taylor. So Taylor came to my class last year during the shutdown, and I've been in love with Taylor forever. I think we tried to coordinate that we work together and like things didn't align, and then stars aligned for us. And Taylor, how long have you been with me now? About a couple months?
Yeah, since November.
Yeah, so Taylor's her own deal. Like, I don't even consider her like under me. She's like her own expert. So Taylor, I'm sure everybody knows who you are, but so you are the Good Esthetician, but can you tell us about yourself? Like, give us a little bio.
Yeah. So my name is Taylor Hatfield. I'm the Good Esthetician. I have been within the skin industry for the last like 4 or 5 years. I've participated in the skin games for the last 3 years. And I think that was a really great opportunity to build new relationships, get myself out there, and showcase my skill set. I'm really active on Instagram, and I really believe in like supporting other people. I love sharing my knowledge when I'm able to. I feel like I try to be good in most situations. So it's weird talking about yourself, right?
It's so weird. Like, I hate it. I'm like, somebody just tell everybody my story, pretty much. But so yeah, like I also remember you at the skin games. So that was what, 2 years ago?
Probably, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, who's that glamorous girl? Like, you look like Marilyn Monroe in your outfit. And I think I was just done like a long 12-hour shift. But I got it together.
When I really fell in love with My Skin Buddy, my last case study, when we met in last year, you told me that if I send my client home with my case study home with the My Skin Buddy, it's going to ramp up my results. And so, I bought, a couple of My Skin Buddies. I used one for the treatment room. I sent my client home with it. She used the Illuminating Collection and then the My Skin Buddy. And people didn't even believe the befores and afters because they were so good. It was really, really awesome. And it was good to be recognized for those results too. So I definitely fell in love with the My Skin Buddy at that moment.
That's awesome. And that's totally whenever somebody uses Skin Buddy, I don't try to sell anybody. And that's really all our clients. If you're not in love with it, we're not happy. So it's definitely everybody on our team has to really love Skin Buddy, and you love what you do. So you're awesome at what you do. I tell everybody, you can have the best gadgets in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, you're not going to get the results. So you are awesome at what you do, and you just know how to use everything. You have the right products. So today I wanted to share you with everyone so you can show us your 30-minute facial. And thank you to your model. So will you introduce your model, please?
Yes, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I would love for you to see me not in no makeup and laying down with a towel on my head, but I'm Magnolia Rose. I am a model. I've worked with Taylor before, and she is awesome, so I trust her to work some magic here with My Skin Buddy.
Oh, awesome.
For having me.
So Taylor, I'm going to let you take it. I'll ask you questions if I have any questions. I'm going to read you off any questions that come in. If you guys have any questions for Taylor, she's going to do a 30-minute express facial with My Skin Buddy. And at the end, if anybody has any tips that they want to share too that they're doing in their treatment room, we can share with everybody else as well. So I'm going to make you the spotlight video.
Okay, so part of the way that I sell my Skin Buddies, clients want to get the ultimate results. They're paying money to get a treatment. They're paying money with a home care. And it definitely ramps up the results, like I was already saying, to have the My Skin Buddy at home, to help product penetration and to target specific conditions. So sometimes I offer with a purchase, you cannot discount the My Skin Buddy itself, but sometimes I will sell either a series, or when I sell a My Skin Buddy, I offer a complimentary 30-minute facial. And it's an opportunity for clients to find out, to know how to use the My Skin Buddy. It's kind of our responsibility for them to, understand how they can use it, what it does, and how it can treat things like, the under eyes, lip plumping, etc. So right now I'm just going to show you every step of the facial, and I'll kind of walk the client through that too, so that they can do it at home. So I'm just going to use, I'm going to do a double cleanse. The first cleanse I'll do with my hands, because I like to use my hands, as well.
So do you have any special techniques when you do the massage facial? Do you do any lymphatic drainage? What's your unique touch when you do your, your facial cleansing massage?
First pass is mostly just doing my initial cleanse. I like to focus, I do incorporate lymphatic drainage massage, around the eyes, around the cheek, up here, around the teeth and the jawline, and then kind of press it down. But I definitely rely on touch and just the interaction, the energy interaction as well.
Yeah, I'm totally about using both. So using both manual and then the Skin Buddy as well, because you're getting two different stimulations, right? So you're getting the vibration, and then you're also getting the actual massage. And I think as also a client, I prefer both.
Yeah,
Touch me, I need affection.
exactly.
I'm jealous.
Especially in this day and age where people are really craving that touch.
Yeah, totally.
But I think really educating people about the My Skin Buddy is so important because, you know, how many times do we get a device and we don't really know how to use it? So it ends up in our drawer. We don't use it. We end up giving it to somebody else. And this one's going to be really fast just so I can show you every step and so we can fit it in our time period. But I think that it's our responsibility. So I like to share protocols at least monthly and show people how to use it. People get excited when you share the lip plumping protocol or you share a specific eye treatment.
So Taylor, with your personal clients, do you have a schedule that you schedule, like a newsletter once a month, or what's your schedule like for your clients to keep them, you know, to keep them in the loop of anything new that you're offering? Or
So yeah, I have a newsletter, and then also my Instagram is a big medium for sharing information.
And you're really good at that too. So if you guys haven't followed Taylor on Instagram, she's awesome. It's, what is it? The Good Esthetician? Is that how they can follow you?
Yeah.
You've been doing really well. And Taylor's actually like, she's very deceiving. She's very cutesy here, but she's so awesome at videos. Like you're very confident, which I'm not.
Really, I think everybody compares their insides with other people's outsides, and everybody thinks art is their worst critics. And I think that sometimes you just have to make the content, make the video, and just put yourself out there. It's very relatable.
I agree. And I think everybody has their own tribe, right? Like their own crowd. So just be who you are. And I think like Taylor usually calls me and she's like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. What if people like rip at me? And I'm like, how can someone not like you? Like, you're so cute. So adorable.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so where are we
I
at?
would encourage people want to see their esthetician doing these things. Make a video, challenge yourself. You can copy one of my videos. You can send me a message and say, what do you think about this? You know, most of my apps that I use are free. Some of them are paid, but it's a very minimal subscription. And so I'm happy to help too. I'm sure you can make a video. I'm sure your video is going to be really great too. So
Awesome.
right now I just applied the cleanser. We're doing the second double cleanse. This is setting 1. It has heat therapy, ultrasonic vibrations, and red light. So it helps emulsify sebum and dirt, draw out impurities, and break up dead skin cells, and it kind of just aids in the exfoliation process.
Taylor, you broke up just a little bit on my end, but it's okay. Like I understand what you were saying. So how do you feel it helps with extractions? Do you feel it makes extractions easier when you put the heat therapy on congested areas?
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Got it.
And I think it breaks up too. It's really soothing. The vibration, even when I watch like My Skin Buddy videos, it's just the vibration becomes soothing. So you just associate it with these like positive facials.
And we have a lot of clients that are new to SkinBuddy. If you're new to SkinBuddy, we get a lot of questions asking like, how much should I upcharge to incorporate my SkinBuddy in the facial? And Taylor, would you agree? Just include it for free because, you know, the more you use it, the more you're going to sell of my SkinBuddy too. And it's a better experience, I think.
I totally agree. And everybody's always wondering like what it is, you know, ooh, what's that? And it opens up the conversation. So usually, actually, I forgot to do this during this webinar, but usually I'll start out and I'll use my sanitation pouch and I'll do it in front of them. And that also opens up conversation too. It was a real seller, especially during like the holidays, because as UVC, which uses, you know, advanced technology to kill harmful bacteria and pathogens, and it's something that you can just carry around. It's super cute. I can use it in the spa room. You can use it with your, tweezers at home. You can use it for your cell phone. I found out that cell phones, the average cell phone has like 85,000 particles of like pathogens on it. And that's just the average cell phone. Sorry, it's a little bit challenging to talk at the same time as give a facial. But sometimes people ask about the slipability. So what I usually do is I dampen one of my hands and I'll follow it, and it keeps the slip going.
That's good. So Taylor, we just got a question. I just saw it. Lynn Aspedia, that's your last name. That's a really cool last name. So she says, I'm trying to stop using a steamer in general. I'm possibly considering going mobile. Do you feel the warmth of the Skin Buddy can also replace the steam? Totally. I think so. What do you think, Taylor? I don't know if you heard me. I know you. I'm
a fan of steam. Today I'm not using it because the real purpose of this is to teach the client how to use it, and most of my clients won't have a steamer at home. So I'm not using it today for that reason. I like the steamer, but this is definitely, it has a little bit of heat therapy, so it will open the pores and assist in the rest of the facial as well.
Yep, I agree. We've had a lot of estheticians also try to, get away from steam, and this will help. But again, like Taylor said, just make sure you have a little bit of water on hand just to help with the slip in case the cleanser dries up on you. And it just depends on the cleanser too. If you're using, if your client's using an oil cleanse at home or more of a creamy cleanser, you won't need as much of the water for the slip. With gel cleanser, the cleansers tend to dry up from the heat.
Right. Yeah, it's one of the most common questions.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, so when Robin designed this, from what I understood, she left. She was training these people on these really expensive devices, and she left, and she didn't feel confident that people knew what they were doing. And she didn't want anybody to, or you didn't want anybody to harm a client by, not fully knowing what they're doing. So this device is so intuitive. It automatically shuts off after, the allotted time. So it just really assists. You don't have to think about it. Your client, when they go home, they don't have to think about it. They can watch their favorite show, and then it'll just automatically shut off. And then, you could even go through it and do, sometimes when I'm watching like a documentary or something, I will go through like the whole routine.
Thanks, Taylor. Yeah, so that's something. Raise your hands if you're new to My Skin Buddy, if you've never seen my crazy self ever on this. I know I see a couple people that I know already. But really the whole concept of creating My Skin Buddy, the business, was to create a tool that was going to be for in treatment, but also it won't take away from anything at your spa. So really, like, all the technology is coming out. I'm always thinking ahead, but I'm also always considering the esthetician. I'm never going to come out with anything that's going to take away from a professional.
And it works with all the different brands.
Put, a high-powered ultrasound? Can I put now? I'm sorry, Taylor?
Oh, I was saying, and it works with all the different tools, all the different skincare brands. So you don't have to go and buy a new, cleanser or a new, skincare line, invest in a whole new skincare line, because you can use whatever you're using already.
Yep. So that's the whole concept, is everything about My Skin Buddy is to help your business. So again, like, I don't have a skincare line. Everything's compatible with what you sell already. And the reason is to help you sell your retail, and also not take away from your services, especially now with, with everybody, like during COVID, thank God we're opening up again. But, during this whole year, a lot of estheticians were suggesting at-home tools that were taken away from services at the spa. Right. So you have the derma rollers. It's like, so Taylor, how would you convince someone to come back and get microneedling if they're like, oh, I bought one online to do?
Right. Well, I would tell them that, I've done a lot of training, and just because you buy it online doesn't mean it's good. A lot of times you're creating tears that aren't beneficial. So I think it helps to have an esthetician to go back and forth from, to figure out what you're doing at home, if it's actually working. And I would tell them, if you insist on buying something from like Amazon or, something like that, please, show me the device so I can, check it out and make sure that they're not investing something that in the long run will be harmful for their skin and their holes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are we doing now? We just rinsed the double cleanse. All right.
We just double cleanse. We're removing it right now. I'm going to go into toning.
And what products do you love?
So today I'm using MAD. I love MAD because there's a product for everything. It's very easy, customizable. And I'm using 2B Bio as well. So for this stage, I'm going to get a cotton round. I'm going to dampen it with my toner. Put it on top of my MySkinBuddy. In every single MySkinBuddy box, you get the little cotton round, what do you call this? The little cotton round accessory.
Holder. Yeah.
The holder. And it just works, connects like that. Then I'm going to also put in setting 1. And I'm just going to do a quick pass. And the cool thing about this is when you're done, you can oftentimes see the debris that it's picked up and drawn into the cotton round.
Yeah, and that's such a great demo to show clients too, because they're very visible. They want to see the before and after. They want immediate results. So tell me about this technique you're doing now.
So I'm just going to kind of go up in a 3 like this. It's just my rhythm, whatever your rhythm is, and I'll probably go through 3 times and it'll be done by that point. And if you don't have slip right now, it's slipping pretty well, you can also kind of press it down, move it, press it down, move it, but it's slipping really well. And so I'm just going to continue with this movement.
So more of like a stamping action if you don't have a...
Exactly.
Yeah. So I was getting my hair done the other day and my hairstylist, you know, like you always watch, like you always hear people talk about like Kylie Cosmetics and you're like, no, nobody buys that, right? So she's like, oh my God. She's like, I need your help. She's like, I was like, what do you use now? And she's like, Kylie. And I was like, wow, I never thought I'd ever meet someone that said that. And so she asked me, she was like, well, what do you recommend for me? Like, I was like, I recommend you go get an esthetician. So I was like, that's always my number one advice. Like, it's not what you use. I can't really look at your skin, especially if she's wearing a mask. So, and I was like, you know, I invest in you for hair. Like, you should invest in an esthetician. So she did. She's all excited now.
And we also have like the spa provider list too, which is a really great asset. You know, you can find spa providers that have MySkinBuddies near you. Mm-hmm. So that's helpful too.
Yeah.
That just popped into my head.
So that's another thing we do. So I can't believe it's been a year since the shutdown. And now I feel like everyone's opening back up again. I'm almost like not ready. I'm like, no, give me another month. Give me another month to relax a little bit. Yes, so let me see. Somebody just asked a question. Noelle, how do we know if we're on the spa provider list? So Noelle, it just depends who you purchase from, but usually we add you to the spa locator immediately after you purchase one. So you just want to go onto the spa locator, put your zip code and see if you pop up. If you went through a distributor and they never sent in your information, just email support@MySkinBuddy and just give them your spa information and we'll get that up there within 24 hours for you. Before COVID, she went through Taylor. Okay, well, if you went through Taylor, you should be up on the spa locator already. So just go on there, make sure your information's correct. Just go find a spa near you and put your zip code and you should pop up. Mary, I know. Honestly, I haven't had a day off since COVID, so this is mean to say, but when they were coming out with the vaccination rollout, I was like, no, not yet. No, I want everybody to be like ready to go. I'm just tired. Okay, so where are we at, Taylor?
So I just finished, but there's something that you can also do at home, and I recommend if you have the My Skin Buddy now, to grab the toner, submerge it in grab the My Skin Buddy, submerge your con round in toner, put it on your little your accessory, and do it on your hand or even on your décolleté, and the visual's really amazing. You're gonna see, you know, debris and skin and all that, and it's a good visual for your clients as well. And I also wanted to mention all the resources on the Dropbox. That's something that you get as soon as you purchase, and it has a consultation form, contraindications, and just general things that protect you as a business and then also inform you. And you can also find all the webinars on the Dropbox. You can find protocols, just anything My Skin Buddy. So that's a really awesome resource as well.
Yeah. So what I'll do, ladies, I'm going to share the Dropbox link in the chat box, just in case that you don't have that or you just happen to miss that email. Always check your junk folder too, just in case if anything goes there. I have all these reminders about updates on my computer, and I think it's been 2 years now that I've been saying tomorrow I'll update it. And that's my life. Okay, share. We're going to share this. Taylor, go ahead. You can just tell me to shush.
Oh no, I like it when you talk. So I'm just right now doing like a really gentle enzyme, and I'm gonna use the setting 1 again just to do like a light exfoliation, and that's something that you can do at home too. So it does, right? This is 2B Bio. It's one of my favorite lines. It comes with the whole line supports this peel, and it's definitely my showstopper peel.
Oh, thanks, Mary. Mary likes our commentary. Don't say that, Mary. Then I won't shut up.
Tell them about the editing process when you were doing all those reels. The digging thing.
Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, go to my Instagram. I'll put it here. But I downloaded this app. So this is how it happened. So I actually have social anxiety. I hate doing videos. So I just like one day I was like, I'm just going to record all day long and then I'll edit this stuff later. And I think it was called Bloom is the app. You pay for it. And then it just condensed everything, like all the video I did. I think it was like 2 hours worth into like 30 seconds. And I watched it and it like it was me on a date. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm not that annoying on a date. And I'm pretty, yeah, I had to send that out and be like, do I act like this?
It was so funny.
I'll have to find it.
Sometimes phone calls do go like that with you though.
You know, I'm very like self-aware of like how boring I bore myself, that sometimes in mid-conversation I'll be like, God, that was really boring. Just shut it. Like, just go to another subject. That's what I say. She looks glowy. She looks great already.
Yeah.
So can we ask your model how she feels?
So relaxed.
Okay.
And
So
the product feels amazing. What she just put on me.
Awesome. So how do you feel like with the vibration? How does that make you feel?
This whole experience is wonderful. It's extremely relaxing. This last product she put on felt just so soft.
Okay.
And smelled really good. And yeah, it's definitely a helpful de-stressing tool as well.
Awesome. And Taylor, Mary's asking, what's the name of the peel that you're using? And what are the
This is not the peel. This is part of the system that supports the peel. But this is called the Enzy scrub. So the company is called 2B Bio. It's a Belgian skincare line, and I can't say enough good things about it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good.
I definitely have like the social anxiety too. So, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking doing a facial in front of people, you know. So if I'm like skipping around, it's because I'm nervous.
No, you're good. You're really good. Yeah, so I'm trying to, I have to say, like, I have real respect. Like, I don't know how many of you ladies are really big on Instagram or doing videos, but it's definitely, I think this generation, everybody's so ADD. Nobody wants to read anymore. It's just like the quick 30-second reels. And um, it's definitely, trying to, but I don't know how people do it. It's almost like another full-time job because I'm exhausted at the end of the day just running a business. I don't know how to turn it off and then be in character because I'm not a character kind of person. Um, so it's like the stars have to align for my quirkiness to show.
So social media is really tough right now. You know, there's the algorithm is so complicated, and right now, videos are actually your best way of finding new audience. So, um, Instagram kind of recognizes how many people like your content, how many people save it, how many people share it, and comment as well. So they don't really register like emojis or comments of 4 words or less. So it kind of has to be between 4 to 7 words to be acknowledged by the algorithm. And it is exhausting, especially as business owners. If we don't have, a lot of people don't have social media marketers behind their business.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to Daniela Warner. So I'm really good friends with all the beauty coaches. So Daniela is one of like I don't know if anybody follows Daniela, but she looks like she has it together. We had a conversation yesterday about how we're both having meltdowns. So it looks pretty, but she does a great idea of, she calls it A and B week, where she does A week is for all like back end and hard work. And then B weeks is when she's on camera the whole time. So that's how she splits it up. And I'm like, man, that's such a good idea. That way, you don't have to dress up every other day. It's just like that whole week, you're on for videos. Mary, she said I'd rather put my eyes out and do social media. Thank you. But I actually hired a team to do my social media as far as like for SkinBuddy. My personal page, I definitely thought I was going to be way different this year, but no, same as last year. I'm really like low key about social media.
So, a lot of people also ask me if the MySkinBuddy, the wavelength, is safe for eyes. And wasn't there a study that about how safe it is for the eyes and everything? I remember you telling me a little bit about it.
Yep. So when it comes to eye safety, it's all about the output of the device, the gadget. So when you have a panel like Soluma or something with more output, you definitely need goggles for safety. We have done with our engineers, the output is not high enough to affect the eyes. So really SkinBuddy is an eye safe device. But if you have people that are sensitive to light itself, they can wear goggles if that makes them more comfortable, but it's definitely eye safe. So.
Are we still featuring other estheticians on the Instagram page?
We are. So I'm glad you said that because I wanted to bring that up, but I forgot because I'm ADD like that. So we are doing, if you haven't followed our MySkinBuddy, we're actually doing an MSB Expert Spotlight. So I wanted to do this. The purpose behind this is because I want to feature, so it's kind of like a little spin-off of the Spa Locator. So I really want to work really hard to get you leads in your area. So we're featuring MSB experts. Anybody can be part of it. We'll feature you. We'll put your testimonial, your MSB love story, and then we'll put hashtags. That way, for example, like Taylor's in Reno, it'll be, facials near me, and Taylor will pop up as an MSB expert in that area. And that way, you know, the more people see it, they share it, that brings you a lot of business to your spa. So again, it's My Skin Buddy is all about you guys and showcasing you. Like if you go on our Instagram, like I'm just the Wizard of Oz in the back. Like I don't want to be the face. I just want to be low key and disappear. But I'll do the work in the back. Mary said, when's the deadline? So the deadline for Boss Mommies, so I'm actually doing Boss Mommy Spotlight. That is going to be deadline is on the 12th, but MSB experts, we can do that all year round. So it's first come, first serve. So we have a lot of people in line. So the sooner you get your expert spotlight photos in and your testimonials, you'll be first in line, and we'll let you know when that comes on. If anybody's great at doing videos. Oh, I'm sorry, Taylor, go ahead.
Check out the Instagram. I was almost going to say MySpace. I don't know why that came to my mind, but check out the Instagram and look at the color scheme too, because, you know, there's also requirements for the pictures of how they look and the general image. So
just make sure it's high quality and it matches our Instagram. You know, we've had a lot of people send in fuzzy, blurry pictures, like selfies. So we can put them in the stories, but they won't make the feed. So you'll get more leads if you can get on the feed. All right, so where are we, Taylor, with the facial?
So I just finished. I removed the enzyme mask. I'm going to tone real quick, and just for the interest of time, she does have to slip out of here in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to tone. And then I'm going to put this targeted serums. I'm going to skip the mask. I'm going to send her home with a brightening mask. Okay. And just go straight to the serums right now.
Oh, let me see. We have more questions. Oh, yeah, Mary said. So Mary, let's see. I'll put Mary's asking. So Mary, her Instagram is The Good Esthetician.
So I'm gonna just do a little medley. I'm gonna do O2 serum from the 2B Bio. This is an amazing serum. I'm going to mix it with a brightening booster serum from MAD. And then, what else am I doing? Anti-aging serum. And so right now, what I'm going to do with the My Skin Buddy, I'm going to do the setting 5, which we call disco mode, which rotates between all the blue, the red, and the green.
Okay, Taylor, you broke up a little bit. So are you mixing all your products together before you apply them?
For this instance, I am. Yes, I made a cocktail.
No, that's actually what I do at night. So I actually layer all my products on. I wait a few minutes and then I'll do the Skin Buddy. So I'm not doing one step at a time. So that's just a shortcut for everyone. So don't think that you have to put one infused. I'd say just layer everything on like Taylor's doing.
And you know, when you overcomplicate things, like people aren't going to do it at home. Just make it as easy as possible.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, support the good behavior, encourage it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first light that we've been using for the rest. This has the red light, the heat therapy, ultrasonic vibrations. This is blue light if I want to focus on like maskne, acne. This is green light, hyperpigmentation, soothing. You can use it after waxing. This is red light. This is my favorite. It penetrates the deepest. It is anti-aging, collagen producing. And then this is the last setting. And it rotates between, it's not doing it right now, red, blue, and green. And if you're kind of in a hurry, this is my go-to. So in this instance, with the particular serums I did, it might not have as good of a slip. So I could also do the stamping motion.
Now, if at home, if they don't have a slip because the serum's getting tacky, I just tell my clients, just wait 1 to 2 minutes, organize the mess that you made already with the skincare. And then once it absorbs just a little bit, it's not going to be as tacky and it's going to glide really well around the face.
That's a good tip.
Another thing is if you have an emollient, that, you know, if you're using a moisturizer and you apply that on top of what Taylor's doing, that's going to help glide better as well. So it just depends on the serum that you're using, is, you know, the slipability. Is that a word or you just made that up?
I say it's a word. You know, it's a slipability word.
Google
It
it.
is too.
Oh, it's good. I like it. I like that I knew how to.
Spoken word poetry and all that. So she's the expert.
That's funny. Okay, so we're on disco mode. So I had Shelley Hancock actually came up with, I'm sure everybody knows Shelley Hancock, but she actually had a really good tip. And she said, I tell clients to use it for 1 minute. And that way it doesn't sound so overwhelming when you say 5. And most of them will switch to the 5 minutes because it definitely is addicting when you use it. You know, you can't stop at 1 minute.
Right.
But if you have clients that say, oh, 5 minutes is a long time for a routine, just have them start at the 1 minute. And then it definitely is addicting.
Ooh, can I share something really interesting? I had a client come in for a facial and she was so amazed by the MYSKINBUDDY. She has an autistic son and the stimulation was really good to like ground him. So she actually purchased this for, you know, also to use on herself, but also for her autistic son as well because of the stimulus, the vibrations, the color. I thought that was really interesting.
Did I tell you that story? Did I tell you like what happened when I first started with MYSKINBUDDY? So if you guys have heard me before, I always actually thought about that because I'm on crazy meds. So I was doing a lot of research on how to naturally feel calm. And that's when I came across negative ions, and MYSKINBUDDY has negative ions and it's very calming. So that's another reason why clients are calm during the facial, because negative ions help calm your mood. So that was something I brought up like when I first created SkinBuddy. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to sound crazy, but I feel like I'm calmer. I'm not as depressed. And then, you know, my business partner was like, you better not say that. That's crazy claims. We're going to get sued. I'm like, no, I'm just saying, I'm noticing it. So within a few months, like one of his good friends, her daughter's autistic, and she wakes up every day and plays with MYSKINBUDDY. And she said, Mommy, it makes me happy. And then I had to be like, I told you so.
That's so strange that we both had that experience. I never heard that story before. So I was curious, this disco mode, what is the rhyme and reason between like how it rotates between colors?
Okay, so it's so that's one of my number one questions I get. Oh my God, my disco mode's not working. So it takes up to 5 seconds for it to rotate. And then it'll start rotating with a rhythm. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, and then it'll give you a few seconds on each light. And it goes off after 5 minutes. But you want to allow it to rotate, which you want to give it like 5 seconds. Because like you said, when you turned it on, you're like, it's not doing it right now.
Right.
And I noticed that a lot of people freak out and call and be like, it's not working. I'm like, relax. Wait 5 seconds. And they're like, oh, it's working. I'm like, okay. So, oh, Mary, I didn't know your son was autistic. Yeah, totally. You know, sometimes I always think like, what if the whole purpose of SkinBuddy was to create like something for kids? Like I always feel like, okay, where is this leading me to? I always think like, where are we going with this, like in life? But yeah, definitely. We've had a lot of if you hashtag my skin babies, We have a lot of kids that play with My Skin Buddy. So I think that's part of it, is the soothing part of it and the vibration. I feel like I'm annoying your model. She's relaxing and I'm like, wah, 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 wah. Okay. She looks so glowy. Okay, so what are we doing now, Taylor?
So I just kind of finished up with the moisturizer, but you know, your client can learn how to use this on every step. This is a really good way for them to get familiar with the device and see everything that it'll do. When she gets home, she's going to see how healthy your skin looks, and she's going to want to use it as well. There's cool protocols. If you go online, you can see our lip pumping protocol. I found some of my clients that also have lip fillers. After it starts to kind of, you know, not be quite as plump, they can do that protocol. The first time I did it, I freaked out because I thought my client was having an allergic reaction. The heat really stimulated the filler, and she was so excited when she saw like herself in the mirror. She was like, oh my gosh, my lips look so juicy. But I was terrified. Her lips looked like she was having an allergic reaction. So I called Gada, and she goes, oh no, that's normal, it doesn't last. But you know, it's a good thing if they're investing in fillers. It's a good protocol to know. Also, I like to post protocols at least once a month. So you can even do like put this in the refrigerator or on an ice pack for like 10 minutes and do kind of like a cold globe treatment and do in circular motions like that, or even reverse. And that's another one of my favorite ones.
Taylor, Lynn and Kelly are asking how, so Taylor's gonna actually put together a Word document of step-by-step of what she did during this facial, but she's asking how long do you spend on each step, you think, so 30-minute express facial is totally different than like a full facial. So how many?
I am just letting this device guide me. So it's a 5 minutes on each step. If you'll know as you get to use it and you get comfortable with it how long you actually need, but that's a good guide. Sometimes I'll do 2 series, especially with like the massage portion, so it'll be 10 minutes. But for this express facial, just let the device guide you. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, done.
Yeah. So so just to let you guys know too, so it turns off after 5 minutes, but let's say, okay, so setting 1 is cleanse, settings 2 to 6 are product penetration. Now let's say I'm watching TV, I'm doing this at home. If I go to, let's say blue for acne, and I want to do a few minutes, as soon as I turn it on to the next one, that's still in the 5 minutes. So it's going to be 5 minutes total that it's on, if that makes any sense. So it doesn't restart the clock if you turn it to a new mode. Does that make sense, Taylor?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So this is basically done. This is done. It was really easy. You can get very, very creative. You can, go longer. You can add more steps. Usually I would add a mask step. I like to choose kind of a clear gel-like mask so that the LED can work a little bit better. But I think that she'll be more confident using the device when she goes home as well.
Yeah, so for home use, you just want to tell your clients to use it for 5 minutes on each setting, or at least one minute if, just to get them started. It's all about compliancy. If you have a panel, of course, the more bulbs you have, the more effective it is, and you're going to need, but, let's get realistic. People don't have panels at home. So little doses of light are going to amount to the same until they come in for their panel treatment. So again, it's not going to take away from your panels. And that's the purpose of Skin Buddy, is to give them little doses of light and maintain their spa treatment until their next service. Can I come out with a panel? Of course. But again, I don't want to take away from your services in the office. And that's why I don't come out with a mask or a panel. And I'm broke. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're nice. Thank you, Mary. Taylor, anything else?
No, do you guys have any questions? Anything that'll help you sell the device in your salon? Any questions about protocol?
Mhm. So now it's Mary says good job. So if you're new to My Skin Buddy, also we drop ship. So that's been something I've been doing since day one. So everything we do in Skin Buddy is to help you grow without stressing you out. Oh, Kelly wants to talk about the sanitizer. So let's talk about the UV sanitizer. So of course we launched this, beginning of COVID. This can sanitize all your gadgets, your tools, your Skin Buddy at home. Um, it plugs into a battery pack. You have to plug it in for it to work. So if I go grocery shopping, I plug it into a battery pack and I put it in my coat. That way I can sanitize my credit card, my keys. Like Taylor said, your phone is disgusting. What's that? What are the stats you found, Taylor? The gross stats.
So cell phones are actually 25 times dirtier than a toilet, which I thought was crazy. And I think it's 85,000 particles. No, actually 25,000 particles of bacteria or pathogens per square inch. So that's just like unbelievable on the average. So it's really easy and it's really cute too. So I usually use an alcohol wipe. I'll clean down my MySkinBuddy, throw it in here, also my tweezers. I'll do that before like a waxing treatment as well. I sanitize my instruments in front of them too, just to open up conversation and show them that sanitation is very important to me. And then also show them that they can have this as well. And you just press the power button, and I think it's about 3 minutes, and it'll completely kill, I think, 99.5% of all pathogens.
Yep. So you're just going to press the button and then it'll just do it and then it'll stop on its own. Oh my God. I didn't even say goodbye to your model. Is she coming back?
Oh, bye. She's here.
Oh, okay. So I said goodbye. And
Bye.
Thanks.
Next time you guys are LA, you should connect.
All right, let's
Okay, bye. Thank you for everything.
Look at that skin. I'm jealous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So what else? Our dropship program. If you have any questions, again, find Taylor if she's your rep. We're going to have this replay tomorrow too. I'm trying to think of other things that people. Oh, thank you, Lynn. And then I don't know. How's everybody doing? Is everybody back to work? Are you full on open where you are? So Taylor's in Reno. I'm in Philly. Yeah, we're still at 25% capacity here in Philly. We haven't opened up fully.
Yeah, we're open here.
Hey, CDC said, if you're vaccinated, go party. That's what they said today. We went from like, no, be careful to go party today. Oh, Lynn, you're in LA. I'm actually supposed to come out there next month. So I'll keep you posted. Kelly is in Austin. Oh my God, I can't believe that snowstorm in Texas. I actually used to live in Dallas, Kelly. So I was checking in. Okay, so Mary's asking, what do you use to clean the bag? What do you use to clean the bag on the outside? I just wipe it down with like baby wipes or alcohol wipes. It's not gonna ruin the bag. Taylor, anything you want to add?
No, that's good question though. Very good question.
Yeah, okay. So I think that's all we have. Any other products that you ladies recommend? Anybody have any tips you want to share that you care to share? I'm trying to think. So go on the My Skin Buddy Instagram too. Make sure you're on the MSB Expert Spotlight. Don't forget the lip plumping that you can do. So Taylor, can you demonstrate the lip plumping quick? Like if you, do you do it in the treatment?
Yeah.
You did. You boosted her filler.
Yeah, so you can do like an exfoliant to lip scrub setting 1, and then also in setting 1, do like some kind of, like, I usually use Brilliant Eye and Lip by Hale & Hush. Just place it on, do it round. It stimulates and plumps lips, so it's very easy.
Awesome. And then we have a lifetime warranty and a happiness guarantee too. So we'll take care of your clients if anything happens. And then we're also working on the new Skin Buddy that's hopefully going to launch in December. So again, what we're going to do is we're talking to our engineers now. So what I want to do for our clients is that you guys are going to have first dibs to sell the new Skin Buddy in December before we even go public with it. So that way you have the exclusive rights to it, and hopefully we can create the hype around it like the new iPhone, and that'll get you more sales. So is anybody on Clubhouse? I have a personal question. Are you on Clubhouse, Taylor?
No, I'm not. I'm having trouble keeping up with the social media I have right now.
Okay.
I just like am looking forward to like a social media detox for a little bit. Sometimes it just like zaps my energy. So right now I've not added Clubhouse.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But Kevin is our social media like digital strategist hacker on the back end. So he's always calling me with the new algorithms. He's like, you got to get on Clubhouse. So Taylor knows Kevin. But Kelly, you said you're on Clubhouse. Mary's on Clubhouse. Okay, so my question to you is, are you enjoying it? And my second question is, if I had a talk show on there once a week, like, what do you guys like to listen to? Or is it just like, whatever? It's like, I don't know. I think I get more questions about like how to start a business and how to keep myself not melting down. Those are the most questions I get. So Kelly said, I've barely used it yet. I've gone, I know, I feel the same way, Kelly. Like, it keeps popping up. People just keep jumping on. I don't know how big this is going to get. And then I think, oh, you'd listen to my show? Okay. It'd probably be really silly, but it would probably be more about life more than, but yeah, definitely about business. If anybody wants to ask any business or marketing advice, I'm happy to help. But I think I want to gear it more towards that and just being, you know, the ugly side of being an entrepreneur. It's really hard. So Taylor, I think I would bring you on to talk about how you keep it together as a mom. So Taylor has like 20 kids. You guys.
I love how you said that. Those are my twins, okay? So I have 3 to clarify.
Three. I know.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. It's hard to manage, and I really sympathize with all the business owners and everything that we have to do in a pandemic. I have a pretty tight network on Instagram, and we definitely share a lot of information, and I feel like we're going through a lot with all, you know, the algorithm changes, and it makes it really hard for businesses to be seen and be successful and keep following. And then you have to, you know, improve your skill set in the salon. It's a lot, but it's possible. And I think we're better together.
I get that. I don't know, like today I felt like maybe my mouth, like really, like I had like a mini meltdown, which I don't ever cry. Like I'm really tough, but I had like a little mini meltdown. And I think it was because the reality check of things are finally opening up maybe, and we're slowly going to go back to normal. And I think maybe this whole year went so fast for me as a business owner, because I felt like we were always like on edge to make sure we stay afloat. And I don't know if anybody else felt that way, like, oh my God, I got to keep my clients, my business. So I almost felt like I didn't even enjoy the downtime at all. And I think maybe it settled in today when they were like, everything's opening. And I'm like, no, no, I'm tired. I don't want to open yet. Like I haven't had a chance to breathe. I don't know how to rest properly. And I think that is something I talked to Daniela yesterday about is like we have to figure out how to rest without just taking an hour off. So if you guys have any,
Well, I think mindfulness is really important. You're very serene most of the time. And I think being where you are at the moment, because things could change completely. Like this last year has shown us how much things can change. And just be present in the moment. Like, oh, we're shut down. There's so much uncertainty. Oh, right now we're reopened. But what a blessing to be reopened too. Just being exactly where you're at the moment.
totally. So it's like, so Noelle said she opened her spa during the pandemic. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So talk about like, it's like almost like it's like a mix of gratitude and being overworked and overwhelmed and exhausted. It's like all these like roller coasters of emotions. And you're like, I don't know which one to feel. Like, I want to be grateful that I'm afloat, but I'm also would love a sugar daddy right now. Like,
Right.
send him my way, please. I know. So, Mary said, overwhelmed, shift, no downtime. I know, and like I have to shut myself off because then I see like mommies like you, and I'm like, I can't imagine like having kids right now, like running around. Like, I don't even want to walk my dogs. I can't imagine if I had a baby that's like, mommy, I'm hungry. So, I really have really big respect. I'm sure I could do it if I had to. Um, Mary said I'm nuts, effing nuts. I know, but I'll babysit. So, okay, so that's it. If you ladies have anything so Taylor, where do you go on for inspiration? What platform do you go to? Instagram, you think that's like where we should all like, I feel like that's like where everybody goes, right? What about TikTok? Because
TikTok's amazing, and I think Instagram's trying to compete with it too. So if you have a TikTok-like video, it'll actually help with your exposure too. So you'll be more likely to end up on the discovery page and more likely to grow your following.
so TikTok moves over to Instagram though, right? So you can share your TikTok on Instagram. So for me, I don't have time to like scroll all day. So I'm almost like in and out of Instagram. So I don't know how, like when I go on TikTok, it gives me like anxiety because I don't have time to like scroll through people. So whatever I see is like a little window in Instagram, but I have to feel like there's a lot of people like me that don't have that time to scroll. So if I had to choose one platform to find people, it would be Instagram.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So, but you guys have to find where your audience is, right? Because there's a lot of people that actually use Facebook more now, which is really odd. Like my like 5 times more views on Facebook than Instagram, which is weird. And I just post a sandwich. That's what I do. I don't post anything. I'm really boring. You can follow me, but definitely a boring day when you follow me.
I really like Facebook for all the aesthetic groups. I found out that during the pandemic, one of these girls that I went to school with didn't understand how I was always going to all these different classes. And I think that the Facebook aesthetics group were a huge resource and kept me like knowledgeable on upcoming events, on discounts, on sales. So I definitely go to Facebook just for, and even also to like hear rant stories about like waxing rant stories and stuff, which are pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think I love going on to the aesthetics group just to see what's new, what the new trends are. But I also love to see, but I also have this theory of like, the rock stars just don't have that much time to just be on these things.
True.
And, because, Taylor said, she's like, some women can get nasty on here. And I always like try to tell you, like, I don't think you should worry about that because I feel like if you're really busy in your business, you don't have time to go on there and spend all day. Sometimes I just wonder how people have the time to be nasty. Like, what are you doing with your life? So, and there's just be nice people. And I just kind of shut it off.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Agreement.
Yeah. Where are your kids today, Taylor? Who's your dad have them?
They're at home with dad.
Oh, that's good. And that's why we need men.
Right?
And kill bugs. Like, I'm happy single until there's a bug on my deck. And then I'm
Yeah, we kind of have reverse roles. He's a stay-at-home, and I'm the breadwinner.
oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
the sugar mama.
You're the sugar mama. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'll take it. So funny story before we go today. So I was at Jiffy Lube trying to get gas, and oil change. And there was a really hot guy at Jiffy Lube. And I was like, oh my God, he's so hot. My mom was behind me. She was getting her oil change. She's like, yeah, he's cute. So we get home. Of course, Meghan Markle's on TV. And I'm like, damn. I was like, that girl is winning. Like, she's like, yeah, she got the prince and you like the boy at Jiffy Lube. And I was like, you're so rude. But I was like, it's true. It's true. I need to up my game a little. So
I was actually, one of my first jobs was a lube tech at Jiffy Lube.
really? Look at this.
I do a 14-point inspection on a car.
Wow. Damn, Taylor. You're like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I have AAA card. I don't know how to do that stuff, but I'm calling AAA for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you. I see you handy. Tell mom that you follow your heart no matter what they do. Yeah. So my mom was like trying to hook me up with a guy from in the Middle East yesterday. She's like, can I give him your number? And I was like, no, I'm not in the mood. She's like, well, you talk to a million guys. Why can't you just talk to one more? And that was her rude comment, saying I'm a husband. So anyway, you guys, so call Taylor if you need anything. The Good Esthetician. Follow her. Follow my Skin Buddy. And if you want to follow my boring page, you're welcome to. And that's it for today. Just a chat, I know. And that's it. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining us. Quick facial. And then Taylor, I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you for letting me do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for believing in me.
Always. I believe in you more than I believe in me.
Oh.
Me too. All right, you guys. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. See you.